I am back. Okay, you guys are crushing it. Like, seriously, crushing it beyond my hopes or expectations. This week is going incredibly. You're posting your own workouts, even sharing it on your social media and tagging me. So not only living it out yourself, which is number one, we'll talk about that in a second, but you're also taking a step further and encouraging and inspiring other people. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So congratulations, keep it up. You are keeping up on the posts, you're asking questions, you're engaging, you're loving on each other's posts. I love it. I love it. Seriously, my little love tank is like so full. So keep it up. We're on day 2. We only have a few more days to go, and I promise you it will be just so worth it. So keep showing up, plugging in. We love it so much. So far, you've heard a couple coach stories. You've heard how I work my business, a little bit about my story, how I work my business as a stay-at-home mom in this season of life. You heard from Ashley, who is a busy working mom. She works outside of the home. She has 4 kids. She travels with her own job and for activities for her kids, but she finds how to work her business in, those intentional pockets throughout the day and still learns how to maximize the time that she does have. So all of us are busy in all different capacities. It probably looks different for all of us. So it doesn't take a lot of time, but with the time that you do have, we have to be intentional with it. And that's what we're going to talk about today in a little bit, is productivity. But you've heard a couple coach stories. You heard all about what our company is, Beachbody, who has an incredible mission to just help people live healthy, more fulfilling lives. That's Beachbody's mission, literally, to end the trend of obesity, and help people live healthy. To end the trend of obesity and help people live healthy, more fulfilling lives. Ta-da! I said it. So that's Beachbody's mission. It's a wonderful mission. It connects so well with what our mission is as believers, and what I feel led on our team, the Radiant Tribe, to just radiate is helping people do that. Absolutely. But it not just stopping there with the physical, but really just pointing them to Jesus, helping them to find true and lasting freedom that comes from a journey that is surrendered to Him, and to just overall be good stewards of our bodies, and to show people that there's a different way to do fitness. We don't have to be obsessive. We don't have to, be super restrictive, and that it just takes over our lives. Exercise has been an idol for me. Nutrition has been an idol for me. My business has been an idol for me. It's so easy for good things to become ruling things if we're not surrendered. And so that's what our team mission is specifically, is to really help women find freedom in their lives, which trickles into families, not just women, ends up affecting their whole families, right? So help them find true and lasting freedom in their lives, and that includes their health and fitness, which connects to Beachbody's mission. So they go really well together. So for those that have asked why Beachbody, why I chose Beachbody, that's it. Because I believe so hard in this company, in their mission, because I've been able to attend some more exclusive, upper level events and things like that. As a leader, I've been able to talk to corporate and hear their vision and hear their desire. They really want to help people. And that was important to me. And it also was important to me that our products were high quality. I didn't want to put my name on anything that had yucky ingredients in it, or that I wasn't personally using myself. And although I wasn't sure about the coach opportunity for a while, I've loved Beachbody for a long time. My husband has been drinking Shakeology for years, like years before I even started. I was like, no, thank you. I don't do shakes. When he's like, no, babe, like you would love these ingredients. They're legit. And then thankfully I tried it because it has cleared my chronic eczema. I'll share a little bit more about products another day, but I stand 100% behind these products, the quality of them, the time that they take to make sure that they are actually, going through the processes that they need to be able to make the claims that we make. And so I just stand so much behind this company. I love it so much. You might not hear me say Beachbody a lot or say the names of programs or anything like that. That's not because I'm ashamed of it. I am so, so proud to be connected to this company. I just personally don't like to say the names of products, because then people would just go out and purchase them online. They're like, oh, Energize, okay, thank you, and never have that opportunity to have that interaction. But if I say my yellow go-go juice or, my superfoods, they're going to be like, okay, well, what's that yellow juice? Or what's this? And then I have an opportunity to have a conversation with them. And so I love Beachbody. I love our products. I love our programs. I love how our CEO personally basically never sleeps. I don't love that part. He needs to kind of, do a little bit of what we're going to talk about here, but he just cares so much. He's so passionate about helping people and continually to come out with new ways to meet people where they are financially, in their health and fitness, and really make things affordable. And that's how the coaching opportunity even came to be, is they saw that there was a need. People needed an opportunity, a way to work out at home where it wasn't breaking the bank, and to have it more accessible and affordable. And then they saw that people weren't actually completing the programs. So they wanted to fill that need and say, you know what, we're going to come up with a compensation plan and bring on some coaches so that they can actually not just supply products to people, but then come alongside of them and help them reach their goals. And so that's what I love about this. They didn't set out to make money, let's just make a bunch of money with this networking opportunity, direct sales opportunity. They saw a need and they met it. And so now thousands and thousands of people are healthier because of that. And so that's why I chose Beachbody. So we talked about Beachbody, how it was created, what a challenge group is, that's how we actually get to walk alongside of people. We don't just give them their tools and say good luck. We then say, okay, get into this challenge group. You're going to be in a group like this with other women in different seasons of life, but all kind of chasing towards that same common goal of getting healthier, being better, having more energy, all those things. If you read through some of those coach stories in the link in the file section, that document, you'll see people have been freed from diabetes and, so many other things. And so to be able to be in a group of women where maybe your stories are a little different and there's going to be similarities, but you're all wanting to get healthier together. So that's what a challenge group is. That's the community that we create. And that's just a beautiful thing. What makes a great coach? You don't have to have a six-pack, abs. Hello. When I first started, I was 30 pounds overweight. There was no six-pack to be found. I barely had energy. I was probably, the most out of shape I've ever been in my whole life. So that's not what it's about. It's not about a six-pack. It's not about, you being in the best shape of your life. It's about you being on a journey and literally reaching right behind you and grabbing the sister behind you and saying, let's do this together. Okay. So that's what makes a great coach, somebody that's available. God doesn't need your ability. He doesn't need your qualifications. He doesn't need your six-pack or your ability to do a billion burpees or your, extrovertism. If you're not an extrovert, he doesn't need you to be, super knowledgeable about sales or anything. I didn't know anything about business when I first joined. Are you kidding me? But he wants your availability. He wants you to say, listen, Lord, use me. This is a desire on my heart. Let's see what we can do together. So that's what it takes to be a great coach. A willing heart that's available, but also good work ethic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for people that are self-motivated, that are teachable, that are ready to learn. I've had a lot of coaches come in and say they want it, and then, their actions just don't follow. So there's a surrendered effort where, sure, we're surrendered, and Lord, it's about you, but I'm still gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna pursue people. I'm going to make sure people know that this is a gift that they're able to receive, but here's where the surrender comes in. I'm going to let you take care of the results. I'm going to let you work out the details. I'm not going to be emotionally attached to no's. I'm going to let, show up, work as hard as I can. Colossians 3:23, I was going to read this a little bit later, but works perfectly. Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. That's what we do. We work hard. Just because we are Christian workers, we want to do things God's way, does not mean we just sit back and do nothing. No, we're hard workers. Christians should be the hardest working people because of who we get to work with. Like, hello, supernatural power and energy, and who we're working for as unto the Lord. So we work hard. Just let you know that. I want a team of women that are hard workers, but we're so surrendered that it's like, Lord, we're going to do our best, but we trust that whatever outcome, you've got that. You got that. All right. So I talked about our mission and why Beachbody specifically for me. Someone mentioned a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Okay. So number one, to be illegal. Beachbody's been a business for a direct sales business for over 10 years. Okay. So we would have gotten shut down a long time ago. I know people think pyramid because of the way the structure is with you would join me and then people would join you and down. But pyramid schemes are illegal. And normally in a pyramid scheme, which makes it illegal, is there's not a mutual benefit. So basically there's people just signing people up, but the people are spending a lot of money and there's not necessarily an exchange a direct exchange, if that makes sense. And the definition of business, God's way, is when both parties are mutually, like it's a mutual benefit for both people. So if I get to sell, Energize to someone, I'm getting paid for the Energize, but they're getting Energize, right? There's a mutual benefit. So there's no need to feel like yucky or salesy or anything like that. We've heard that there's a need. We meet the need, we help support them in their goals. So there's a mutual understanding there. So it is not illegal, or like I said, we would have been shut down. So you can just maybe learn a little bit about that and get to explain that to them, because most people just don't know. So they automatically say, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, but it's not. So today we're going to talk a little bit about productivity. More so the concept of how important it is as women who want to do things in a way that, honors God and protects our family time and things like that. But you'll learn more specifics of how to implement it once you join us. So it's very easy because a lot of what we do is through social media, on our phones, on computers. It's so easy to get sucked in and do mindless activities that aren't necessarily growing our business, what we call IPAs, income producing activities. So simply scrolling your social media is not working your business. Simply looking at people's stories is not growing your business. But when you do it with intention, like using this tracker that we have that really helps you stay on track. So this is called our business activity tracker, which will have this. We have digital versions. We have different versions that different coaches have put together, a Google Doc version, all different kinds. So you'll be able to kind of pick what fits best for you. But this basically, when you say, what do we do? This is what we do as coaches, okay? And so on here, it does say initiate connections and add followers. So yeah, you might be online, but I'm gonna set my timer and intentionally say, I'm gonna set this for 20 minutes. I'm going into my Instagram. Yes, I'm going to see a few people that are like me, kind of like that color wheel, taking a step further. And I'm looking for people that fit in that color wheel. So I'm talking to my people. And I'm gonna love on some of their posts, and I'm gonna send them a message and tell them how much I was blessed by their profile, or how much they remind me of my family, or just whatever it is, and genuinely make connections with people. That is working because we're being intentional. We are protecting our time. We're not just mindlessly scrolling, and so that's something that is a really big thing. So we have to be intentional and set up boundaries, because again, it's so easy to get sucked into our phone, and God's got me at a place where I want to be less plugged in. I still want to grow my business and, use social media, use this platform He's given me for Him and all of that. But there is a way to do it where we're not constantly on our phone and constantly distracted, and, at a way where we can literally set up some boundaries, which I'll talk about. So a few things that will help you not feel like you're sucked in and on your phone all the time, and at the end of the day, just help you be a good steward of your time, is number one, a brain dump. So at the beginning of the week, my husband and I usually do this on Sundays. We do a little brain dump for the whole week, where we dump out everything we have to do. Here's my little planner. Everything we have to do for that week. And then I break it down by day, kind of like what needs to get done. Business, home, church activities, Bible studies, whatever. So it's all written out and scheduled in, okay? The second thing is setting business hours and sticking to them. That's most important. Like I said, when I first started coaching, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was on my phone a lot, and it was too much. It was too much. It became an idol for me. It took up way too much of my time. And so one thing that I love now is the fact that I have business hours. So what that does is it helps me to give my all when I'm working. Because like I said, I work hard. I don't need anybody to tell me to work hard. I need the reminders to rest and surrender and, unplug. So I can show it for my business time. I can work my business, give it my all. But then guess what? When that timer goes off and I'm done working, I'm done working. Any message that comes through, I can get it tomorrow, because I'm not sitting here a slave to my phone, whether it's somebody that wants to join or wants more information or whatever. I'm going to trust that, that person's going to be there tomorrow. Just like they get to go to work 9 to 5 and then clock out and not have to go back until the next day. We get to do that too. As coaches, we own our business. So we get to decide, what our time looks like, and we have to prioritize our time. So use business hours, clock in, give it your all, and then clock out, and trust that, you're going to be able to handle the rest the next day. So that's going to look differently for each coach. If you're a busy coach, nurses, we heard teachers, you work another side business. We have all kinds of coaches on our team, doctors, just all kinds of coaches. And so some work in little power pockets, we call them. I even have a sheet for that, how to work in pockets, where maybe you have 10 minutes throughout the day. Then you would work on certain things. Every little pocket, you get a little pocket, you plug in, and then you plug back out. Or where I've gotten to is where I do have more of a, like, bigger blocks. I work maybe about an hour or so in the morning, about 2 to 3 hours in the afternoon. And again, sometimes maybe like a 30-minute plug in at night. And then I plug out on the weekends for the most part. So that's another way to, again, really protect your time, and it's going to look different for each coach. So we would chat about what that would look like for you, but it's definitely possible to fit into any season. We also, like I said, we use this tracker. This helps you what? Stay on track. So when you sit down to work, you know exactly what you're doing. So you're not just like, okay, I'm going to grow my business, and you end up hanging out on social media for an hour. You know what to do. So you get to decide if you're overwhelmed, if you're stressed out, if you're burnt out. Maybe that's because you are spending too much time on your phone. You're not, protecting your business time. Turning off notifications is a huge one. I don't have any notifications on my phone. Oh, my phone's up there, except my text messages. Other than that, any app, messages, Voxer, anything that I use to connect with clients, Instagram, anything, I don't get notifications for it. So during my business hours, log in to whatever the app is, check my messages, respond, and then I check out. If I constantly had stuff popping up on my phone, of course that temptation is going to be there to plug in and do all that. But once you have the notifications off, the distraction is gone. Sorry, it's my loud boys going to the bathroom. Using timers, like I said. Using timers, like I said, is another way to value your time. Saying, I only have 30 minutes. I'm going to give it the best 30 minutes that I have. How many times can you open and close the toilet? So setting the timers, having no phone times where you say, okay, now I'm done. I'm going to put, for me, I have to say, okay, buddy, mommy's going to finish my work. You guys have some quiet time. And then when I'm done, it's our time. My phone goes away. It goes upstairs. It goes in another room, and I'm unplugged, giving quality time to my kids. When my husband comes home, phone is away. I get to be wife, be mom, and I get to be coach when that time comes. And then the last thing is owning your morning. It's so important to wake up a little bit earlier, and we talk about this, but waking up a little bit earlier, if you're like, I don't have the time during the day, guess what? You may have to sacrifice an extra 30 minutes to an hour to get up, take your time with Jesus. Ask him to walk with you throughout the day. Pray for the women that are on your heart that you want to reach out to or that have reached out to you. And so you're going to spend your time with Jesus, and then maybe you plug in for 30 minutes to an hour for work if you know you're not going to get to do it the rest of the day, or maybe you will get to do it the rest of the day, but it's a great way to kind of get ahead of things in the morning. And so you might have to just wake up a little bit earlier. I'm really big on owning your mornings, maximizing your mornings so that you can go throughout the rest of the day and set that good tone for the day. So managing your time is really how you steward it well, and we will teach you all different kinds of tips, like I said, to help you do that, figure out what's going to work best for you. But we want to do this as a team. We want to be good stewards. We want to work our businesses with integrity. We want to show people, like I kind of went through all the mistakes that I went through so that I could teach my team and show my team a better way to do it. And I want us to be that as a team, the Radiant Tribe. It's the narrow way. We are doing things the narrow way, which is not as popular, but that's okay because it's the way that God's calling us to. He wants us to value our time, and he wants our priorities to be him first. Seek me first, right? And then our families. It's easy to get that twisted. God, and then our families, and then our businesses, not the other way around. It's not, hustle and bustling. This is our society today, right? All about the hustle and the hurry. No. God, family, business. And he's still going to bless our business, especially when we put him first and we protect our priorities. He's going to bless that because it's what he's called us to do. So I want to show that, for my team, help my team do that so they can show their teams, and we can, really just be the difference and show people that, when they're looking at us, we're not constantly on our phones all the time, so that they see that this is something that they want to do. I don't think people would watch and say, oh, I just want to be on my phone all the time. So we have to be that example, be that model for people that there is a different way to do this. So, the last scripture I want to read is Proverbs 21:31, which says, the horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. And I love that because we still show up. The horse is prepared for battle. He's ready, but he's not concerned about the outcome. He's not concerned about the victory. That rests with the Lord. So that's who we are as a team. That's why we set up productivity, boundaries so that we can protect our highest callings, do it in a way that honors the Lord, but we still show up. We give our best. We work diligently as unto the Lord, and we let him take care of the rest. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about productivity or anything else, and I will see you ladies soon.